Hello, friends. Welcome to our channel. This is an author who brings you stories that stay with you long after you finish reading them. Do you ever come across a story that touches your heart so deeply it stays with you long after you've read the last word? Today, I'm thrilled to invite you to experience just such a tale. Please subscribe to support our work. Also, give us a thumbs up for the amazing content. Let's start. The wind howled across the frozen plains, carrying with it sharp needles of snow. The night was so white, so endless that the road disappeared into nothingness. Emily Parker gripped the steering wheel tighter, her knuckles pale. She had been driving for hours, hoping to reach her aunt's cabin before the storm hit. She never made it. A wall of snow rose ahead, the blizzard swallowing her headlights. The tires spun uselessly before her old sedan groaned and died. Panic set in. The temperature was dropping fast. No cell signal. If she stayed in the car, she'd freeze before morning. Pulling her coat tight, she stepped into the storm. Snow rose to her knees. Somewhere ahead, a faint golden light flickered. She had no choice but to follow. On a small ranch porch, a man stood with a lantern. His silhouette was solid against the swirling white. When she stumbled onto the porch, shivering, she could barely speak. "Help, please. You're half frozen," he said, voice steady. "Come inside." The heat hit her like a wave, wood smoke, leather, and something rich simmering on the stove. "Sit," he said, handing her a steaming mug. "Name's Cole Matthews, and you are?" "Emily Parker," she managed. "My car died out there." "Then you're not going anywhere tonight," he replied. The cabin was warm but simple. Shelves of books, a saddle by the door, boots by the hearth. Cole moved around the kitchen with practiced ease. "You hungry?" he asked. She nodded. They ate stew by the fire, the only sounds the crackle of wood and the wind outside. The rest of the evening passed in comfortable silence. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. She was safe, but Cole was a stranger, quiet, guarded, as if used to keeping people at arm's length. She watched him from the corner of her eye as he stoked the fire. He moved with a quiet strength that both intrigued and unnerved her. Every creak of the old cabin, every gust of wind that rattled the window panes, sent a shiver down her spine. Sleep finally came in stolen moments, only to be chased away by nightmares of being trapped in the endless white expanse. Morning came, but the storm hadn't stopped. Snow towered against the fence. "You're stuck here for a while," Cole said. "Looks like it's snowing harder than I've ever seen." He sounded neutral, but Emily saw a flicker of emotion cross his face, quickly replaced by the stoic mask she'd seen earlier. The days stretched on. The relentless blizzard outside became a lullaby, a constant background noise to the strange new world Emily found herself in. The solitude of the vast, snow-covered landscape mirrored the emptiness within her, a hollowness that had nothing to do with the cold. One afternoon, as they sat in companionable silence, watching the flames dance, a sudden burst of energy seemed to course through Cole. He sprang up, startling her. "I need to get the horses in," he said, moving swiftly to pull on a thick jacket. As he worked, his movements were fluid and sure, betraying none of the turmoil that swirled within him. "Come help me," he called over his shoulder. For the first time, Emily saw a hint of a smile touch his lips. His eyes crinkled at the corners, and for a fleeting moment, she saw a warmth in them that melted some of the ice that encased her own heart. The task was daunting, but under Cole's patient guidance, she found a rhythm. And as the horses snorted and pawed the ground, their breath forming white clouds in the air, a sense of purpose warmed her chilled fingers. Each movement, each interaction, chipped away at the barriers Cole had so carefully constructed around himself. His gruff exterior softened, revealing a man wrestling with emotions he thought long buried. In his eyes, she saw a reflection of her own struggle, the shared humanity that transcended their different worlds. As dusk settled, painting the snow-laden branches in hues of purple and pink, They stood side by side, watching the horses disappear into the stable. A comfortable silence fell between them, punctuated only by the wind's mournful song. And in that moment, Emily understood that their connection ran deeper than the icy plains that held them captive. Their shared humanity, their resilience, and their capacity for love and loss bound them together in a way neither had anticipated. On the sixth day, the blizzard passed. Emily's car was repaired, the road clear. Cole stood at the door. "You've got a long drive ahead. Best get moving before the weather turns," he said, his gaze steady. "Be careful," she whispered, her voice hoarse with disuse. She knew that when she turned away, the miles between them would stretch not just across the vast plains, but through the landscapes of their hearts. As she drove away, the crunch of gravel under her tires echoing the crumbling of her carefully constructed world. The sight of Cole standing motionless against the backdrop of the snow-covered plains left an imprint on her soul. In the solitude of her aunt's cabin that night, Emily found herself replaying every moment spent with Cole, dissecting his words, searching for clues to the enigma that was. 2 weeks later, a knock came at her aunt's cabin door. Emily opened it. Cole stood there, hat in hand, snow clinging to his coat. "Thought I'd see what all the fuss was about," he said with a small smile. "Me too," she replied, returning it. The image of him trudging through knee-deep snow brought a smile to her face. She stepped aside, letting him in. "It's been 2 weeks since you were here. How did you know I'd be here?" he asked, stepping into the warm glow of the cabin. "I just had a feeling," she answered, her gaze meeting his. The blizzard had not only transformed the landscape, it had reshaped their lives, bringing them together in ways neither had anticipated. And that's all for today. Thank you for tuning in and joining us on this journey. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because they got many more captivating tailies waiting to be discovered. Your support keeps our story alive. Until next time, happy reading and take care.